Roja here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you the ultimate, most luxurious fragrances that I have in my collection. I've got just a few wonderful, tasty treats to share with you. When I think about these fragrances, I think luxe, sophisticated, elegant, old money, bougie, whatever name you can think of to describe something that is very high end. These fragrances fit that category, but I've chosen fragrances from all sorts of different price points. I've got Middle Eastern, designer, and niche for you today. So something for everybody. I'm so excited to share, but before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the weird, wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. Now, this video is sponsored by IDYL.com. IDYL specializes in high quality 14 karat solid gold jewelry, necklaces, earrings, bracelets, rings, that sort of thing. And they're all kind of that beautiful, delicate, tasty looking jewelry pieces. But what I really love about them is that they have lab grown diamonds. So basically you're getting diamonds and gold. The cool thing about IDYL is you're getting a high quality artisan piece, but the price point is definitely more reasonable than what you see in stores. The other thing that's cool is because they're lab grown diamonds, they're ethically made. So you don't have to worry about buying a diamond where you don't know where it's come from. You don't know the history or what the work sites are like. There's a lot of information out nowadays about the treatment of workers in diamond mines. So you get a crystal clear diamond grown in the lab. So yeah, sustainable, ethically sourced, all of that kind of stuff. All these pieces are made in their in-house atelier, and each piece they really take care to create beautiful, beautiful jewelry. And I have been eyeing these ones up for so long. So I was so excited that they reached out to me. Now, the other thing that's really cool about their jewelry is that they're modular. So whether it be the necklace or the earrings, you can actually add pieces on to the studs to create your own look. So I'm showing you here the studs with the cuff, and then I'll show you the little inserts that I got to put on the studs. They have these little diamond circles. They've got all sorts of different inserts, and you can put them straight onto the studs. So I'm going to show you. So this is the stud, beautiful solid gold. They're really, really thick and nice. And then you just insert the stud into the little wheel, and you have a gorgeous, gorgeous earring. So then you have this, and I have it on either side. I also got this gold cuff, which I just thought was so amazing. This is the diamond cuff. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And it just slips on here. And again, we're talking 14 karat gold. So what I love about this is you can invest in a pair of studs or a chain, and then you can do interchangeable modular pieces with the same studs to get different looks, from dangly earrings to little pieces that go behind. Like basically I want them all. I seriously want them all. They're all super classy, sophisticated, but you're getting really, really high quality pieces that are going to last you the rest of your life. So I'm so excited to be partnering with them because I'm really impressed. First of all, with the quality. Also, 14 karat solid gold actually makes a difference to me. When I was growing up, my mom wore a ton of gold. We were always into the 14 karat gold, and we had lots of solid gold pieces. I have always really enjoyed high quality silver and gold, and so I was so impressed to see the quality that these pieces have. Love the way that they come packaged, definitely a high-end presentation. So I love the fact that you can mix and match to get different types of looks. I'm like really excited to actually explore and look at the next little pieces. There's so many things to choose from. I went with the simplest, classy look, but I'm so excited to explore more of their jewelry. And what I love is the fact that you can use the pieces that you currently have to create your own look and just interchange them because the system is modular. So I love this stuff. The other thing that I love is, although it is a high quality product, you're getting the diamond, the solid gold, the price point is definitely more reasonable than if you were buying solid 14 karat gold with the diamonds in a local jewelry store. As far as I know, the only difference between a lab grown and natural diamond is where they're grown. They are chemically, physically, and optically identical to natural diamonds. So although it's grown in a process in a lab, it is the exact same thing as a regular diamond, but it's ethical. So I just love this company, love what they stand for, love their products, so impressed with the quality. And yeah, I'm looking forward to literally wearing these for years to come. The quality of gold, the studs, the posts on the studs, everything. I was so impressed with how solid they are. They're solid, they're actually quite heavy. So I am in love. I'm in love with this jewelry. Like, I'm in love with it and I'm addicted to it and I want more of it. So please weigh in if you've purchased anything from them. And just so that you know, they're having a 20% off site-wide sale. So now would be the time to buy. Please feel free to check out the links down below, and that lets them know that you have come to them through me. I don't make any commission off of it or anything like that, but I really am impressed with the quality, the style. Like, I'm in love. Like, I'm in love! The last thing that I want to say about IDYL before moving on to the fragrance, I don't know why, but this made me so happy. When you open the little box, right here it says, "Be the light." And that is one of my favorite sayings of all time. Be the light, be the sparkle. I want to shine. And so I just love the fact that that's there. It says, "You have an eye for beauty," and then it says, "Be the light." And I absolutely love that that's the message that's in here. It actually warmed my heart. So anyway, moving on to the fragrance. I have so many fragrances actually that I could have fit into this category that I had to actually cut back, because I'm like, okay, you could talk about like so many different ones that are luxurious from all sorts of different price points, but I'm like, okay, I feel guilty when I don't choose certain fragrances. But anyway, I chose these ones, and I wanted to start with this new one. Nuit Nomade just released 3 extrait de parfums, and I got one called Silver Saffron. This is the box, but then you open it up like this. There's a picture there. Then you open it up again, and the box is here. And then you open the box like this, and there's another scene. And then it says here, "The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious." And then you open it like this, and here is the fragrance. I love the presentation of this bottle. It's so beautiful, and I'm absolutely in love with the scent. So like I said, there's 3 in this line. This one has saffron, raspberry, iris, myrrh, and papyrus. I get the saffron and the raspberry off the cuff. I smell the iris definitely throughout the whole entire wear of the fragrance, but then you do get a little bit of balsamic resin is basically what I would call it. So these days I am really loving kind of tobacco, iris, a little bit of leathery vibe. This doesn't have leather, but I can see it coming across as a little bit leathery. I consider this unisex, but I can see a lot of men really loving this. I would love to smell this on a man. It's so sexy. It smells really luxe and elegant, and it's definitely the kind of fragrance that I think of for a black tie event, something of that nature where you're really wanting to dress up. This bottle is kind of a blue color, and with the iris in there, I just imagine like kind of a deep kind of indigo, almost black velvet dress with gloves. I almost imagine like the 1940s, where all the pomp is still there. Men are dressed in very fancy tuxedos. They're going to some sort of jazz club. And this is just, it's so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful, it's almost breathtaking to me. You have to like iris though, and you have to like warm, spicy, almost smoky feel. It doesn't feel like cigarettes at all, but it definitely has a bit of a tobacco-y vibe. I'm in love with this. I think it's absolutely stunning. The next in my ultimate luxury fragrance category would honestly be Tharwah Gold. Starting with this bottle, it is such a heavy, thick gorgeous bottle. I actually prefer this bottle over the YSL bottle. So this is similar to Libre Intense by YSL. I don't really like this cap, but everything else is thick and luxurious. And the fragrance is just amazing. You have to like lavender, orange blossom, and vanilla though. There is jasmine in here, but I get the orange blossom. Well, I get a mixture. This is so gorgeous. It's got lavender and bergamot. It would be like a cross between Libre Intense and Mon Guerlain Intense, I would say. So you get that vanilla, you get the lavender. I just like this way, way better than the Libre line. So I love that ambery vanilla paired with the orange blossom and just that hint of lavender. I just think it's gorgeous. It smells very sophisticated. I consider this very feminine, but like you would command the room. So a queen could wear this fragrance as far as I'm concerned. I just love it. Really excellent longevity on this, and it's an easy reach in a lot of ways because you can wear this during the day, but it certainly would work in the evenings. And I can see guys really enjoying this too because of the vanilla. It's a fragrance that you've got to be fairly confident with as far as I'm concerned. Actually, a lot of these you need to be confident, otherwise the fragrance might wear you. So love this fragrance, so glad to have it. Now the next in the ultimate luxury fragrances, I had to choose a fragrance du Bois, and this is Milano. And the bottles are just so luxe on these fragrances. Now this has a leather note in there, but I find that this one smells very kind of light and airy and would work definitely during the day. It's unisex, but to me it leans slightly feminine, honestly. So where this one is dark and smoky and a little bit of a leathery vibe, even though there's no leather, this one has leather, but it's kind of in the background and it just kind of supports and grounds the fragrance. I'd say the stars in this one is a little bit of saffron and bergamot in the opening. I get a little bit of citrus. There's fruity notes and jasmine in here. There's amber and vanilla and a little bit of woodiness. So what this always reminds me of is a woman that's in Milan. She's in a coffee shop. She's sitting there enjoying her drink, watching people walk by. It's not exactly warm outside, a little bit cold. She has on beautiful tailored trousers with a white cotton blouse, but the highest quality cotton blouse. She's got some pearls on or maybe some gold jewelry like this. And she's very, very put together, but very understated. She is exceptionally wealthy, but she doesn't flaunt it. She just loves high quality pieces. That's our Milano girl. So this one is very beautiful. It smells sophisticated, elegant, classy, but with just a little bit of an edge with that leather in it. Next fragrance is Santal Royal by Guerlain. Again, I just love the packaging. I love the bottle on this. I just think it looks very luxurious and rich. The fragrance inside, it's absolutely gorgeous. So you have to like rose for this one. And just FYI, there is a Santal Royal, and then there's the Les Absolus d'Orient Santal Royal. That's this one. Now this one has jasmine and neroli on the top. I don't get that at all. I get the rose, I get some cinnamon, there's some peach in here. I can imagine that. I don't really notice the peach, but there is a jammy rose that's spiced that's in here. And then you get oud, sandalwood, leather, amber, and musk in the base. And I definitely get that oud, that sandalwood definitely comes out. The leather, I don't really notice it. So it does have that leathery vibe, but what I'm getting more is that oud and sandalwood. So it's like a jammy rose oud. I know there's a ton of them on the market, but if you want a luxurious, sophisticated one that lasts forever, you can't go wrong on this one. It's a great investment. It's still designer. It's a little bit higher end, but it's smooth, it's sensual, it's sophisticated. This fragrance makes me think of a woman that lives, like, I think Chicago for a reason. But anyway, I think I've mentioned this before. She lives on Al Capone's old estate. She has horses. She goes riding. She has a beautiful stable with cedar wood running throughout. So you get a little bit of the smell of cedar wood and the leather and then she carries roses wherever she goes. I don't know. It's just really, really luxurious, and I love it. Now, this one is a little bit more feminine leaning and a little bit less dark and moody, and it is ByBozo's Habibi. This fragrance is honestly one of my favorite fragrances of all times. Like, I just love this. This has cherry and almond in it, and you definitely get that, but there's this green component to this fragrance that keeps it slightly airy and cooling. I find cherry and almond to be a little bit more sweet and not necessarily sophisticated. This, with that greenness in it, there's a bit of cassis in it as well. It just feels so kind of dewy and airy and green and sophisticated and classy. What I find is this dries down on the skin, that green kind of dissipates, and you get the cherry, and the cherry's a little bit brighter, so it's not like a Tom Ford cherry, which I don't consider. I find Tom Ford Lost Cherry in fragrances like that, I find them sexy. I don't really consider them smelling like luxury, if that makes sense. This smells like luxury. So this smells like a woman that likes to dress in beautiful kind of flowy dresses. She keeps her jewelry really minimal. She always has a nice nude pump on. She's a little bit more soft spoken. That's this fragrance. To me, this is a beautiful signature scent fragrance. I struggle because mallow, I would say, would be what I gravitate to more often. But I can't imagine not having mallow and this one in my collection, because this one is just so classy. Like, I just love it. And really, it's a fragrance that you can just wear at any time. You can pull this out and you're going to just smell amazing. And it lasts a long time on the skin too, like at least 7 hours, if not longer. This next fragrance is also like super luxurious, smells very, very rich, and it's also quite moody, and it is Otimo by Pernoire. Now, Pernoire is a new company to me, but I am so impressed with this one and really enjoying exploring their other creations. This opens with some rum, cardamom, and quince. And cardamom is definitely noticeable in this fragrance. You also have praline, tonka, and tobacco. I get a hint of that tobacco, but it smells like a sweet, delicious, almost edible tobacco. Then there's vanilla, osmanthus, and cedarwood in the base. Although you smell the cardamom on the opening, this starts to get more boozy. That quince just keeps it a little bit lighter. The rum mixed with the tobacco, mixed with the praline, it's so intoxicating. I'd say that this is the most sexy of the fragrances that I'm mentioning right now. I find quite a lot of them kind of a little bit sexy. This one is a lot more sexy. This one would smell amazing on a guy as well. It just smells deep, rich, and luxurious. So there's a quality here that I just love. Actually, in all of these, that's the thing. I'm getting this quality smell that I'm absolutely in love with. This doesn't smell smoky at all to me. It's somehow like a creamy, boozy, spicy tonka fragrance. It almost seems gourmand, but not quite. I don't know if I'd want to smoke it or eat it. But it smells luxurious. I love it. Like, I enjoy wearing it, and it's not too heavy. Sometimes when you get fragrances like this, you put them on and they're just a beast. This goes on, but it doesn't sit heavy and feel thick and cloying. It's a little bit more airy somehow when you get it on the skin. So I am so impressed with this, and I'm excited. I've got another one coming, which is a new release from them, and so I can't wait to share that with you. But Otimo, definitely worth getting the discovery kit. I do have discount codes for some of these, so all the fragrances will be linked down below, but I'm really impressed with what I'm smelling so far. Next fragrance that I have is a Roja. To me, Roja is one of the most luxurious brands. I just think that their presentation is gorgeous, and this fragrance is such a sophisticated, just beautiful, elegant, feminine fragrance. It opens with some bergamot. There's rose, peach, heliotrope, ylang ylang, neroli, jasmine. Just get a beautiful kind of peachy floral smell. The bottle on this is different than what they do now. They've changed the bottle up, but the fragrance is still very similar. Essentially, it's just a beautiful kind of musky floral. very feminine and sophisticated. There's some vanilla and a little bit of woods in the dry down. This fragrance smells like a perfume. So some fragrances are more gourmand. A lot of the fragrances that I talk about, they've got the tobacco-y feel. They've got definitely rose or whatever. This is just a pretty musky floral that's perfect, honestly, for every day. When I think of this fragrance, I always think of you're staying in the Savoy in a luxury suite. You walk in, the hotel smells like this, like the hotel smells like money. And so does this. So it's just a very classy, sophisticated, very feminine fragrance. You have to love kind of musky florals. And although that's not my favorite scent profile, I just find this to be so luxurious smelling. You definitely get the little bit of peach in there, but I just find like the sweetness in here and just everything. I just think it's gorgeous. So Enigma by Roja Parfums. I'm gonna end with an ultimate luxury fragrance that's currently $20. Like you can find it for $20, and it is Baroque Satin Oud by Maison Alhambra. This is essentially saffron rose oud. I believe this one has a little bit of fruit on the opening, and it says that it has iris, but I think it's violet. It smells totally violet to me. I love violet. It smells slightly powdery. I don't know. I'm just finding violet to be violet and iris to be such a sophisticated smelling scent profile mixed with rose. This one has the iris. This smells more violet-y, but they both are just super sensual, but sophisticated and elegant. And this one is too. Like all of these feel like black tie luxury to me. So love Baroque Satin Oud. I've talked about it a ton. It's got jammy rose in the opening mixed with oud and violet, even though it says iris, I'm sure it's violet. All of these fragrances are not safe blind buys, but they are some of my favorites. And when I want to smell uber luxurious, these would be the fragrances I would choose. That is it. Those are my ultimate luxury fragrances. I love them all, and these are my ultimate luxury solid gold diamond earrings that I am in love with. Please, like I said, check out the links down below, and thank you IDYL.com for sponsoring this video. Really appreciate it. Please weigh in and let me know what you think of the fragrances. Are there any other fragrances that you recommend that are super luxurious? If so, weigh in. I would love to hear about them. And have an amazing week. We'll talk to you soon.